Hello, everybody, and welcome to another podcast of Sound Supply. I'm your host, Eric Huber, product specialist here at TOA Electronics. Happy weekend, happy Sunday, coming at you from the bedroom studio here in New Jersey. Quick tip for you guys, quick discussion. I want to make this brief, and I want to make this very crucial, and it's a very important topic, and that's safety and emergency broadcast. And specifically, we pulled up an article here that talked about school safety and the audible levels of an emergency broadcast when an emergency event takes place. And this could be a school, this could be a mall, any large location or event that needs a high level emergency broadcast, which involves a lot of people. And the example they use here is a population of 2,800 students. So secondary education, large high school, whatever that may be. And the dB levels that the broadcast was sent at versus the dB of the ambient noise. So let's just put this in perspective. An emergency happens, right? And there's a lot going on. There's a lot of noise going on. You know, we can't predict the exact levels of a situation like that, but we have some readings based on past occurrences. And the example here was that the ambient noise during this specific event, during this emergency event, was measured at 90 dB. I believe is it dB that is measured in? I believe it is. And the VoIP, well, this was done over VoIP, apparently. The VoIP emergency announcement, or the PA system that was used, I guess they were using a VoIP type system, outputted at 87 dB. So huge problem there. Unbeknownst to them, the ambient noise overtook the emergency broadcast, and there was problems there. And a lot of students, personnel, people that were involved in this situation could not hear or audibly clearly hear that emergency signal. And that's a huge, huge, huge issue. So we want to make sure that when we're setting up these systems, if they're preset based on maybe past occurrences or any history of these large events, and then maybe you can put into scale the amount of people that are involved or could be potentially involved, and then ensure that that level is going to be louder than any ambient noise in the area. So you also want to make sure you have speakers out there or output devices that can handle louder dBs and things like that. So keep that in mind. But this was a very critical event that happened where students did not hear that announcement. And we want to make it clear that our emergency broadcast systems, especially our VM3000, is designed to be output very loudly and very clearly, in conjunction with our loudspeakers as well. And these are factors that are put into the R&D design, when these things are developed. And we want to make sure that, and with all of our products, we do stress the clarity of the audio that we use in our technology. And this is just one of them. Going through our SKUs and our products, I was one of a crucial piece of kit here that I love dearly, especially for emergency broadcast, is the DPL2, which is an automatic ambient noise controller where it will output based on the input, in this case being the ambient noise, where it'll automatically adjust that output level based on the input sensitivity. So in this case that they use here, it sounds more of like a static type programming setup that they were using. And I'm not sure how that was set up or how that was configured. But you want to make sure there's headroom there. And typically the headroom that we initiate or that we recommend is 15 dB above the ambient noise. And that's just a general rule of thumb. You want to be at least at 15 dB above the max ambient noise based on that. So you could use something like the DPL2 where you can preset the ceiling or the floor, should I say, or the max ambient noise, and then make that dB adjustment automatically when an emergency broadcast is being sent out. Now, if you do it on a fixed level, you know, obviously before you're setting these systems up, you get a team in there, a team of integrators that goes in and measures the ambient noise. And then in the software, like for example, the VM3000, when an emergency broadcast hits, you can set that, you know, you could set that to the max level. Or you can have it set to a fixed level, whether it be 15 dB over or 20 dB over. Regardless, our systems have a ton of headroom where they will overtake or outtake ambient noise on a very large scale. So for this example, based on the article that we read here, the max dB was at 90, and that was with 3,000 students during a very critical emergency event, and that's a lot of kids. It's a lot of noise, and our units can go much beyond that to ensure a clear, audible broadcast during those situations. And you know, doing my research, that seems to be the biggest factor during these situations, is not being able to clearly hear the emergency broadcast, and that turns into chaotic or chaos environments, which we try to avoid today, obviously. So we want to make sure that everybody involved in the situation, God forbid, can clearly hear that signal, can clearly hear that broadcast, and you know, and ensure that everybody's safe at the end of the day, obviously. So you know, during these times, safety is, you know, the most important thing today. Obviously, the gatherings of people have become smaller, but you still want to make sure your system is working, you know, as it should be. And with our systems, you know, going back to the VM3000 system, which is designed to operate under emergency situations, whether that be, you know, outputting 15 plus dB over the ambient noise or the noise in the room, you know, thus competing against people essentially of large numbers, or operating when there's no power. You know, these units are designed to operate under battery backup. We offer an emergency power supply for our our VM system. We offer line monitoring, where you can go in and constantly monitor automatically speaker lines and ensure that every single speaker in that building, school, warehouse, wherever that may be, stadium, is working. And that's constant. These are constant monitoring solutions that we provide you guys to ensure fluid operation throughout, no matter what, whether that be a loss of power, whether that be a large environment where, you know, your system automatically has to adjust to the ambient noise. I mentioned the DP-L2 there, which is very capable of doing that, clearly outputting at loud volume levels way beyond the ambient noise. These are all things that we offer here at TOA that, you know, we want to make sure you guys are aware of what's going on out there. I highly recommend going back in history, pulling up articles of emergencies where PA and audio gear is used. And this is why audio is so important when it comes to emergencies, because versus like video, for example, where you have to be somewhere specifically to kind of see something, where in audio, we want to make sure everybody in the building, and this could be a massive installation, can clearly hear what's going on. And I want to stress that. And that's the beauty of audio. You know, you could be anywhere and be able to hear an emergency signal without, you know, looking around and trying to visually see something and go, boom, I know exactly what to do. Here we go. You know, let's get out. Let's go in this direction. What do I have to do? Vice versa. There's many things that can be accomplished with just clear audio really, really, really precisely and really quickly. And we have a lot of systems that operate under that stress, under that pressure, should I say, whether that be automatically or via static or program. So guys, keep that in mind. We just want to make sure you guys are aware of, you know, what we have there, what we have to offer. And then go back and just when it comes to emergency and audio, just remember that clear, precise, loud output levels are able to overtake that ambient noise, and the people involved can clearly hear that emergency signal, get out safe, get wherever they need to be safely, and make that a success, make that event that is potentially tragic a success on that level. All right, guys. Well, this probably is our last podcast until the new year. From myself and from all of us here at TOA, we want to wish you guys a happy holidays, happy new year. We have a webinar coming up this Wednesday on the 16th. Be on the lookout. We'll make sure we're posting some links on our socials. Please follow our LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. We're everywhere now, and we're working hard to make sure you guys get the information you need on a daily basis. So again, guys, thank you. Thanks for the support. Be good, stay safe, happy holidays, and happy new year from all of us here at TOA. Take care.